Hi, short video about being free and how to become free and what it means to be free. And I'm going to use the analogy of imagine that you're in a prison cell and you want to be free. So there are basically two routes to which you can have freedom. One is the external, either try and break out of prison or do something, write a letter to the warden or whatever you might feel is a possibility of breaking free out of the prison in the external world. And the other is to become free inside. And it may be helpful to understand one analogy, and that is there are many enlightened masters or meditation masters that have found freedom just meditating in a cave. So picture someone who's in a cave and he's been meditating there for 5 years or 10 years, and he's completely happy and completely free. How is that possible that this person can be in a cave and be free, and someone else is in a cell and they feel lack and limitation and imprisoned and closed in and maybe incredibly sad or depressed? Basically the same situation, but two different mindsets. And sometimes it's helpful to have an extreme example for you to understand some basic principles. And the basic principle that I'm pointing towards right now is that our freedom comes from inside first. In other words, you can feel trapped in your life in a job or a relationship and feel that that's the sole reason why you're feeling lack and limitation, and then turn around and get in another relationship or another job, and in a short period of time you feel trapped again. The answer is that it's an inside job first. You need to understand that our experience in life comes from our beliefs, our unconscious beliefs, and our ways of going through life. In other words, if we act from our fear, our ego, our limited, our false self, we're going to experience lack and limitation. They just go together. You can't experience freedom on the external unless you understand and discover that inside yourself. So once you start on the path of awakening, which is understanding that we're either coming from fear, which is our ego, or we're coming from our center, our heart space, which is wisdom and freedom, and we begin to experience happiness and peace and joy inside ourselves, no matter where we are, whether we're in a prison or in a cave somewhere or at a sucky job or in a cubicle. Once you learn that the first step in freedom is understanding that it's an internal job, and then as you learn to live from that space, to learn from wisdom, your authentic self, once you begin to master that, your outer life will automatically start to reflect that. You've heard the saying, as within, so without. The kingdom of heaven is within you. Those are all pointing towards this truth. So first of all, realize that if you're stuck in victimhood and thinking that your happiness and peace and your freedom comes from change in the outer world, you're in for a cycle over and over and over until you finally get that. I know from personal experience that you can find peace and happiness inside yourself, even though your external life seems like it's not what you want. Once you have that peace and happiness inside yourself and stop being a victim and learn to come from your center, you'll start experiencing that right away, more and more as you practice that. It takes practice and it takes courage. But once you start doing that, then your outer life will start to reflect that. And you'll be able to navigate in life with so much more confidence, finesse, and ease. So take what I'm talking about, turn it into a practice. Be responsible. Don't be a victim. Love you. Bye.